Are we live on Kick? I have no idea. Click OK, then it starts streaming. Am I live? How would I know? Let's go to Kick, stream. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. I'm live. That's pretty cool. I'm live. That's pretty cool. I'm live. That's pretty cool. Uh-oh. I'm live. Got that. Uh-oh. How do we stop that? Got that. Uh-oh. How do we stop that? Got that. All right. Now let's set this up. Channel actions, activity feed. Okay, so set a follower goal of 1. Let's go. Let me see if this gets better. Whoa, that's way better. Okay. Title. Building AI tech. AI tech. Building a longevity AI tech startup. I'm building an Australian Business. I don't know if there's a thing. Maybe tech. Maybe startup. Oh, there we go, startup journey. Let's go. Startup journey. What else am I doing? AI. Building AI. All right. This is so first thing I need to do, I need to make sure I'm recording. I want to make some YouTube content out of this as well. You can record your screen at the bottom right of OBS, click start recording. You see a button change to red recording. That means it's actually recording. Step 2, find where recordings are saved. Pro tip, create record only scene setup. OBS top menu, profile new, name it recording. All right. All right, guys. What I'm going to do, I want to track my full startup journey. So my name's Tim. I love building and creating things. I love building and creating startups. Right now, one of my favorite things to do, let me just clean up the back here. All right, guys, my name is Tim. I'm in the process of starting up an AI longevity technology company with a goal to end aging. I believe it is possible. There's a lot of biotech companies out there at the moment that are making a lot of progress in the biology side, the medicine side, but the big problem I believe they haven't been able to solve is basically we call it adherence. So it's like I can come up with 1,000 great things for you to do that are going to help you be healthier, eliminate diseases, and make you live longer. But getting people to actually do them, that's the problem. That's where we struggle. People don't do these things. People just don't do them. There you go. So currently, my journey, I'm building this AI tech company. I want to eliminate aging. I'm using software. My strength is in creating things. I create things a lot. I build things. I solve problems with tech, software, manage developers, build out AI products. So join me on my journey. It's going to be really exciting. I have this page here. Let's change this to, I like to use Trello, just as a form of project management. Not good. All right. Let me start recording again. Hi guys and welcome. My name is Tim. I am building an Australian tech startup with the hope of solving aging via AI technology. Let's start with the problem. The problem is there's a lot of scientists making a lot of headway in tech and aging and finding a lot of different ways to solve these problems with people's health. Biology, AI startups, and medicine. There's a lot of leaps. There's also a lot of leaps in in longevity regarding the habits. Like if you look up your biology and try and figure out what habits you should be doing, there's probably going to be a list of like 20 or 30. Like chuck it into ChatGPT, have a play around, see what you find. There's going to be 30 odd. So what I'm doing is I realize the next big problem is adherence. So if we can solve adherence, what I call adherence, let me just show you. It's the website. Let me just show you the software I've created. It's called project130.world. Project 130, the name came from the world's oldest person that ever lived was 122, so I thought let's call it Project 123. Project 123 sounded like a kindergarten app, so I figured let's be ambitious, let's aim for Project 130. So here we are, Project 130. Let me jump over this side of the screen. So I'm gonna show you what I've built so far. So I've got it under this email. Got a few emails going, obviously. Let's sign in. Let me run you through it. So I'm going to go desktop view today just because we're on a widescreen. Okay. So this is Project 130 dashboard. So when you first sign up, it asks you a heap of questions about your biology. Try to figure out as much as we can about you. The more we can figure out, the better we can solve these problems. So if we get started, first of all, let's have a look just at the dashboard. So you can see I don't have a streak because I have not been consistent yet. I had one good day on Thursday, Friday, yesterday I missed. Today I'm gonna hit, we're gonna hit. But if you come down here, you can see my custom habits. You can see how much coin I've earned. Coin is a cryptocurrency. That's the whole philosophy to Project 130. That's how we're solving this problem. We will pay you cryptocurrency, which is the currency of the future. If you live longer, you're gonna need the currency of the future. So we'll pay you the currency of the future every time you complete a habit. So these are the habits that were suggested for me. So we've got daily stretching routine, haven't done that yet. Oxygen red light, haven't done that. 90 minutes work blocks, I've done quite a few of them already. So I can click that and I've just earned 4 cents of coin. Longevity lifts, haven't done them yet. Ice bath, haven't done that. Resveratrol, I've had 2 liters of water. So once I complete that, I've had 2 liters of water. Once I complete that, I'll earn another 4 cents. 100 pulls, haven't done that. I have done my squats this morning. Run that up. Haven't done my cold exposure. And my 100 push-ups, haven't hit that yet either. I also have this AI health coach, so it can analyze my week. Click analyze, it'll come up with some ideas and habits and things it thinks I should be doing or adding, just based on how I'm going with everything. Down here, you can see my progress throughout the week. Hasn't been fantastic. I've completed 1. The rest were partially complete. Now, this is a new feature that I've just added. It's called recommended for you, personalized based on your health story. So I'm really excited about this. So based on all of the information, I'm calling it the health story. So all the information the user puts in, that's your health story. So based on my health story, they're suggesting I listen to David Perlmutter on brain health. So if I click view, it'll take me to that podcast. It's also recommending I try some omega-3 fatty acids, just on all the information I'm feeding it. I'm not sure what that is, but that looks like a supplement it's suggesting, so I'll have to have a look into that, learn a bit more about that. How to improve posture, so there's some content. I do always try and work on my posture. I sit at the computer from 3 a.m. till sometimes 7 p.m. at night, so got to really work on the posture there, so I'm happy it's brought that one up. Understanding heartburn. I get heartburn every night, so that's fantastic. It's picked that up. Bodyweight strength training, there's some things it wants me to add. So I can click these and it will add them to my habits list up here, which is really cool. Another really cool feature that I'm super proud of is these expert habits. So these are the world's leading habit experts. So you see Brian Johnson, he's the don't die guy, the guy that takes all his pills. Here are his habits. So I can add his habits and they'll go straight to my feed. I can add 100 daily supplements, that'll go straight to my feed. I'm not doing that, but it'd be nice. Daily resistance zone 2 training, I can add that. Then I can come down here, David Sinclair, what's he suggesting? NAD boosters, cold heat therapy, beautiful. Dr. Peter Attia, what's he suggesting? Longevity lifts, I actually already have that one, that's cool. Andrew Huberman, we all know Andrew Huberman. The neuroscientist, so he's suggesting a bit of morning sunlight, sounds good to me. Dr. Rhonda Patrick, grew up listening to Dr. Rhonda Patrick, love everything she says. It all makes sense. That's the thing I like about what she says. Just works, just makes sense. Dan Boutiner, this is Dan Boutiner. This is the blue zone guy. So this guy went around the world and he explored all the places that have nailed this blue zone argument. Really exciting. This guy, so he went to like Spain and he went to Japan and he went to the places where they have the world's most centennials, they call them. The centennial is a person that has lived, to 100. So this place in Japan has the most, and he went through and he tried to figure out what they did. And he found that they all basically lived off a plant-based diet. They all moved regularly, naturally, just constant moving, looked after their joint health. They all had a strong social connection. So they're all making sure they're hanging out with friends and family constantly every day. Sense of purpose, which is Aikigal, which is really cool. Aikigal is like, I think one lady, her purpose was to pray for the village. If she prayed for the village would continue to live, so she had a purpose, she needed to stick around. Moderate wine with friends. So this one seemed to pop up quite a lot, like especially in Spain. They all seem to have, a glass of alcohol or something with their friends each day, which is really exciting. Daily stress reduction. Prayer, nap, downshift. Like this stress thing is what puts a lot of pressure on people's biology. So obviously reducing stress really helps. Dr. Mark Heyman, functional medicine and pagan diet. Ben Greenfield, Dr. Andrew Weil. So some really cool stuff here. We've got Tony Robbins, which we all know, legend. So I just gave a pro tip here. Start with one expert whose approach resonates with you, master those habits, then explore others. One thing that happens, guys, I noticed is, the whole philosophy to Project 130 was these goals exist. People have been able to find, people can find their goals. They can find AI suggestions. They can find health suggestions. There's so much evidence out there about what's working. The problem is adherence. So adherence means sticking to it, doing the habit each day. I see this a lot with weight loss. What would happen is people would come up with this crazy diet and it works because it's a calorie restriction, but it's so crazy they can't stick to it. I've actually heard of a study where the number one food in the weight loss is sandwiches, because if you can keep sandwiches in your diet, you're probably going to be able to stick to it. So weight loss is simple. I actually have a book about it. Check this out. So weight loss, simple. I wrote a book. It's called Shit More Than You Eat. Basically, it says the same thing for 350 pages, if you can see that. Eat less, exercise more. If that doesn't work, eat less, exercise more. If that doesn't work, eat less, exercise more. If that doesn't work. And this book you can buy on Amazon. It's real. It's the truth. Chuck it here. Wrote another book, still working on. It's called Idea Execution, Forcing Things into Existence. That's my number one skill. That's how I can help humanity. But anyway, I noticed weight loss. People, if they can't stick to the diet, it's useless. It's only as valuable as the adherence. So how can I solve adherence? Let's reward people, not with not with points or badges or these useless things. I'm going to give you real money. I have accumulated some crypto in my life and I'm putting it all on the line for this. I'm putting it all on the line. I'm putting it all on the line for humanity. Check this out. So my available balance is $5.79. I have a $7.50 payout pending. So this is just been from a few weeks of earning. There's quite a few different ways to earn. Obviously, you can complete your longevity habits, and you can add your own custom habits, which I'm finding really exciting. So let's say I want to pump out 100 push-ups, and there's not much description needed. I've added this feature called quantifiable habits. So I'm going to make it green. I'll do a muscle thing, and obviously, this is something I do, but you can do whatever you like. I don't want to tick the button 100 times. So I'm just going to choose 10. I'm going to do sets of 10 of my push-ups just to keep it easy. You're going to earn 4 cents for every time you hit this one. Create your habit. So as you can see, this habit, as I complete each one, wait a sec, I didn't do it properly. All right, so push-ups, good habit, quantifiable habit, 10. I only selected 1, but now you can see 10 selected. 1's done. Cool. As I do another one, hit the next one. As I go through, these will start to tick up. So I've got our suggested habits here. We've got a community feed, which I found really exciting. I've got my calendar here. So in the calendar, you can see your progress. You can share your progress. We call it bragging about your journey. This is a new feature I've just released. It's called the journal. Now, the longevity journal, sorry. It's called the longevity journal. Now, in here, you will have like a timeline of all the longevity things you've put in there and how much you've earned. I'm gonna give you 5 cents every time you complete one of these. This here is massive. This here, if you can track every day what you did that day, how many habits did you complete? How did you feel? Were you sick? Were you tired? Did you have energy? And then what did you eat? What did you do? How much sleep did you get? You're gonna start to build this data. Once you have that data, you can answer the questions of the doctors. You can answer the questions of anyone. You're gonna really start to figure this out. So let's add one for today. So let's say it's currently, by the way, 5 a.m. I got up at 3 a.m. I get up at 3 a.m. every day because I'm just gonna die and hustle until I get this thing working. So how did I feel today? I felt excited. What was my energy levels? 9. I'm on track for my longevity goals. I can upload some photos and videos just to remind myself, how was your day? And then little tip, always use the dictation button. My day was fantastic. I got up at 3 a.m. However, I got a little bit tired around 3 p.m., which kind of makes sense, I guess. Didn't get enough sleep. Otherwise, everything's feeling good. I had a little bit of pain in my back, but I think it just wasn't working on my posture enough. But these are the kind of things that I try and really add. So next thing. Next button. What did you have? I had eggs, tuna, rice, and I had some vegetables. And then for dinner, I had Thai. We had Thai. And I had about 10 times more serving than I needed. Next feature here, I'm not going to go into this, but it asks you your digestive tracking for the day. Like how many times did you take a dump? How many times did you go to the toilet, I should say. And what was the consistency? So there's something called a Bristol stool scale. So it's like, was it hard or was it wet? You want to try and hit number 4 in the middle. And then you want to try and explain a little bit, any medical notes, and then you can run an AI feedback. Hit AI feedback, and it will analyze your day, and it might find some patterns in there, which is really cool. Next one is the AI coach. So the AI coach has some info about me. It understands who I am, my diet, my stress levels, my health conditions, medical supplements I'm taking. I'm taking NMN, resveratrol, Men's 50, Vitamin Plus, Calcium Plus. Go. Awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Good fun. This one here, vitality challenges, we're calling it. So basically, you can create a challenge. So name the challenge, put a description, challenge type, like what is it? Is it a longevity streak? Is it specific habits? Is it total habits? And then you can set the difficulty, set the start and end date, set the goal, and then you can get funding. So we will provide funding. Just without approval, I'll chuck $10 up there for you and your friends to compete over. First place $5, second place $3, third place $2. Up to you. If you want to provide more, I'm all for it. At the moment, we're just in growth mode. Let's run it. And then community. So this is version 1 of our community option. So have a bit of a look at this. So I'm running like a 100-day challenge. So I've optimized this for mobile. So we can have a little bit of a look in the mobile layout. So day 8 of 100, ice bathing. And then I like to just put photos of my habits up there and things like that. And then got a couple other people on there. That was day 7 of 100, ice bathing. Day 6, kids, dog was in there. Day 5, excuse the face in there, it's very cold. A few people getting in there, getting amongst the community. You can message people within the community. You can like, you can follow, you can comment. We're still working on it. There's a lot more to come. And then we introduced a store. Now this here, the goal for this here is that you can purchase, I'll bring it back out to desktop mode. You can purchase any of these products here that you know, you'll get suggestions. You'll find this product's meant to be good for me, this product's not. And then I'm going to link them to where you can actually buy them. So I want to make it so you can pay a percentage in coin. So as you earn coin, you can put together towards longevity products. You don't have to, but I just want to have the option there. I really want there to be a purpose to your coin. So as you earn the coin, you can spend it in places. Like long-term goal for the coin is it is this community. It is this ecosystem. It's this product that anyone, like it's going to be the product of the future. Like the way I really look at coin is if we are successful in helping people increase the longevity or how long they're living, they're going to live in a world where AI runs most jobs. So they will need income. So I wanted to create like a longevity income. So you can earn coin through here. You can spend it on your life. You can spend it on your longevity. I've even developed an option where you can accept full membership in coin. So we'll get to that in a second. So you continue to check out, follow that through, it'll take you to the link. Analytics, this is a fun feature, but you can see my habit completion. Let's go 7 days. So the last 7 days, this is how I'm running. This is how much coin I've earned. These are my top performing habits. I'm good on the water, good on the squats. Weekly summary, sunlight exposure. This is what I've earned for this week. Total spent, I bought some longevity products. Total used, $1. Cash paid, spending over time, and then my community post. So a little bit of a round off. Total coin earned $20. Been on here for a few weeks. So there's definitely some things you can exploit. Now, if you hold coin already, I wanted to make an option, because this is a coin ecosystem, as we said. I wanted to make an option where the community could invest. So I wanted to allow people to actually invest with their coin or cash. So for example, I've set up like a tier system. So what will happen is you can actually buy, let me put it on, let me check it on the website, a bit more information. So project130.co. Okay, not on the website yet. I'll have to make that live. Let's cut that. But invest in Project 130. You can invest with cash or you can invest with coin. And we're going to have multiple options. So what you'll do is you'll buy tokens and you can hold those tokens for a year. After a year, you can sell them. You can keep them. You can buy more, whatever you want. But they will go up in the market or down in the market depending on how we do. But if you want to invest in Australian tech and you have coin, Let's run this up. Let's run this together. Let's change the world. Let's be a part of this shift where AI helps humanity. All right. That is the basics of the app. We have new features releasing daily. It's going so quick. Things are working so well. I really want to get everyone on here. There's Project 130. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Let's run it, boy.